I just got done watching James Gunn's Superman for the first time, so here are my fair and balanced thoughts before my non-spoiler review. I think this movie's amazing, and I hope that everyone also thinks this movie is amazing once they see it. David Corn Sweat is Superman. I don't think we need to argue about that. I think anybody who's had reservations, put that to bed. If you still think that after this video, I can't really trust anything you say. I've heard someone argue that there wasn't enough Clark Kent in this movie. That's a whole nother argument for another day. I might explain that more in other videos, which, trust me, I got a lot of thoughts to make those. But I loved how overtly political this movie is. And I know a lot of you guys will hear that. A subsection of you guys will hear that and go, oh, they're putting politics in my Superman movie. But trust me, this is the reason why you fell in love with Superman in the first place, and there's a reason why it's here. Now, it's hard not to compare this movie to Man of Steel because James Gunn's version is telling kind of the same story. It's just that it's coming from a more purely Superman optimistic lens. This is a Superman that's being driven by his upbringing. He needs to do good no matter what because that is who he is. And James Gunn does a great job of giving this movie a sense of being. You could feel that there have been years that have gone by and it's fleshed out beautifully. Though I will admit this movie does do a lot of assuming that the audience knows who Superman is, and if you don't really know those ins and outs of Superman, you don't really learn. You just kind of get thrown in the deep end. You might be asking yourself, why exactly does Lex Luthor hate Superman so much? And my answer to you would be because he's a D1 hater. Is that satisfactory? Who knows? But the movie does a great job of portraying him as a D1 hater of Superman. Now, there will be some people who like this movie because of how bright and colorful and optimistic it is, and other people who are going to see this as almost like a Saturday morning cartoon, which both of those are fair things to say. So far, my initial thoughts is that I do think that ever since the Christopher Reeve Superman, this is the closest to a feature-length version of that we have ever gotten. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments so far. Are you excited for this movie? And if you like talking about movies, can I be your movie guy?